Pillaging showing. This for Raiders. Oh, Raider Nation Jasin. Oh, Pillaging just for Sunday. Oh, me and Chris, we don't miss. Oh, me and Chris don't miss. Oh, me and Chris don't miss. When it comes to this Raider classic, we don't miss. Raider Nation, we don't miss.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. How you feeling?
Feeling good. I'm not even gonna lie. That loss yesterday, be it preseason, I did not like the way it ended, and almost took it. My body almost took it like a regular season loss. I shut down for the day. You know what I'm saying? I really wasn't feeling it for the rest of that day, but I'm back now. You know what I'm saying?
I can understand that because you're from the Bay Area, so that is a Bay Area, thing with the 49er fans and the Raider fans is ongoing, regardless. The Raiders are in Vegas and the 49ers are in Santa Clara. So it's more like the Santa Clara 49ers versus the Las Vegas Raiders. So, but I do understand that Bay Area rivalry. How does that feel? For me, I wasn't really pissed off at how it ended. I saw a young quarterback, a young team out there trying to push the ball to win the game. And with that being said, that's a good learning thing for Cam Miller and the rest. They were trying to drive the ball down the field. It wasn't just like just run the ball, waste the clock, and game over. Because as you know, most of us know that there is no overtime in preseason. If it was, they probably would just ran the ball and try to get in overtime, but it wasn't. So I give him credit for trying. He made a mistake, and he gonna probably watch tape, film, and everything else about what he did. Shouldn't threw that ball. Could threw it away, and they could have put it, and then they could have just game over, another try. But I wasn't mad like I was last weekend. I was pissed. But it was all right.
Yeah.
Wasn't why she's happy that 49ers won. She's a 49er fan. So she's happy, I'm happy.
Happy wife, happy life, right?
That's what they say. So it's still getting worked out.
Yeah. I mean, but we did see some good things though, too. Like Genty. I was proud of our boy, man. He was putting some people on the ground. I liked it.
Yeah. Well, everybody talking about last week, Genty's a buzz. He had 3 carries for -1 yards. I said, well, he only had 3 carries, and one of the carries was like the guys were in the backfield faster than he got the ball. But this time, no. The O-line held up. They blocked for him, opened some holes up for him, and he ran. You see what he can do once he get a little daylight in the running lanes. He's pretty good. What do you think?
Yeah, and he was patient too. You know what I'm saying? Like our guys were opening up some things, man. Like if we could keep that up, we will be okay. Because we'll talk about Mostert a little bit later, but yeah, Genty looked good, man. Like he took a good hit, and I like that he laughed it off. I was worried because we're used to seeing that where we get something new and then something happens, injury or something like that. But he took it, he was ready, and he came. He was ready.
Yeah, I mean, he hit that one hit that scared the bejesus out of me with that linebacker. Now he hit pretty good, and then he had to come out the game like, oh god.
Mm-hmm.
He lost run back in the preseason, but he came back in. Like I said during a live watch party, probably one of those stingers. Those stingers you get like, your arms kind of numb.
Oh, yeah.
But he came right back in. Hopefully, he nothing serious. They're probably looking at him right now. But hopefully There's nothing serious, nothing to worry about it.
Yeah. So I'm just curious about the with Mostert, looking kind of like he's on the outskirts, but I hope not. I hope we need, a veteran in that room, definitely. And I hope he makes that team because I think McCormick will make the team too. You know how they were saying that they were battling or whatever, but I definitely want, the healthiest body. I actually like what I seen out of Collier too. I did definitely like the runs he had too. Pretty much everybody looked good.
Yeah, I like that Chris Collier. He was running pretty good. He was moving. He was juking, jiving, and whatever you want to call it. But he looked pretty good. The fact that it was the second, third string out there, but it doesn't matter. It's still football. And he looked pretty good doing it. And like I say, he's not a small kid neither. He's pretty big. So I like Chris Collier, what he did. Lobby did one thing, but he didn't do too much in that game. McCormick did a couple of things, but overall, overall, the offensive line blocked and the run game persisted. The run game, they ran. That's what we need to see. Because last week we didn't see any of that.
No. When we talk about AOC, I'm gonna kind of contribute that to him because I noticed to his credit, we stopped running the ball too. We were making him pretty much do what they were trying to make him do for the last 2 years because we had no running game. But I wanted to see kind of a little bit more mix in the running game with Aiden too, instead of him trying to throw for, just throw for his life. But did not like the overall AOC, picture. I don't see any no color. It's no flavor.
No, yeah, I know exactly where you're going with it. But first of all, before we really get deep into the game yesterday, let's make an announcement. As you guys are in the chat or watching our show, in Thunder, we supposed to have special guests, Real Talk Radio Nation, 805. Unfortunately, he won't be here today because due to a family issue, I can't say what's going on. But he will not be with us this morning. We do apologize for that. But he has contacted the producer down at the bottom that he will join us at a later date. So he will be back on. So we do apologize. You're expecting to see him. So that's that. I want to talk to him myself, but things happen. That's life.
Yeah,
all right.
In due time.
Yeah, so let's see. While we're here, let's go ahead and say the chat here, if you don't mind. Detroit guys say good morning. Thanks for coming in and said, "Oh, well, a live watch party. That was fun." Mr. Jason Downs, who killed our show, but they're running. Good morning, Jason Downs.
JD.
His sticks in the house. And my good man Frank Weber. Good morning, Frank Weber. Geo Mex is in the house. What's up, Geo? Who else in there? Here's Piano Man, aka Piano Man. Hey, good morning, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And I like what Geo Mex said right here. Here it goes. A+ for the first two drives. Yeah, the first two drives were good.
Yes, they were.
They were blocking. It's that one pass of Thornton that really put the blue game wide open.
Yeah, that chemistry was not there.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. But like I said, once they get their timing down, once Gino see his speed again, they probably working on practice as we speak. Because he had that guy beat.
Yeah.
Beat downfield, dead to rights, beat. That would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, and at least, he did put it where if Thornton couldn't get to it, nobody could. So I'm good with that at the end result.
He did underthrow like AOC did last week. Threw it over his head where if he could catch up to it, he couldn't, but he just couldn't catch up to it. It's like what a yard past his fingertips.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, that's a good sign right there. With Thor, I saw somebody say, "With Thor didn't have a catch that game." Yeah, he didn't. Could have had one touchdown. But the main thing I saw on some replays, that boy can block.
That's true too. Jay Downs said too. I seen that too. He was getting his jersey pulled by the DB though, but of course, they didn't call it. Yeah, because he would have been even more gone if the DB wasn't pulling on his jersey.
Well, they didn't call a lot of things in there because they missed a lot of calls. And I know I mentioned that last night that that this is preseason for NFL players, right? There's also preseason for the referees too, because some of the guys are trying out to be the referee in the NFL. These are all new guys. They're trying out because referee do their cuts too. The NFL do their referee cuts. People don't realize that they do their cuts. They examine how they do in the games during preseason. They say, yeah, you missed a lot of calls. We're not going to take you. So they're trying out too. So a lot of calls wasn't made, but that's just the way it is. Well, I'm talking about watching the run what Genty had.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a 15-yarder. And I thought Thor would go in the middle and hit that linebacker and block him. That's what I'm talking about. He's not scared to get dirty. So he might not have 9 catches for 150 yards in one game, but he probably had a key block to spring one of the running backs free for a big game. So that's what I like to see.
Hell yeah. I heard Trey Harris went off. Is that right?
Who did better?
Yeah, Trey Harris is going to be a problem. If he stays healthy, he will be a problem in the NFL, for real.
Yeah. We'll see. Like I said, sometimes you watch the guys play against 2 and 3s, you don't expect much. But just a technique and what they do on the field right now. So that's what they're looking at. And like I mentioned, Pete Carroll don't really care about his preseason games. The record's not. He's 11, 12, and 1. So he really don't care about his game. Because we really wanted to win that game last night or yesterday, he would put his stars back in or put more people in there from the starting lineup if he really wanted to win that game. So now I'll give my young guys a chance to experience this because who knows when Cam Miller and the rest of the young guys that's on the last drive ever experience that again? Because either they won't ever get in the game, or they might get cut from the team. So he said, no, let them get a chance, let them learn, let them grow, let them see their mistakes, let them see how real game time situation in the NFL works. Because a lot of the guys were rookies or second year guys, and they get a chance to play. So that was good for them. Like I said, sure, Cam Miller probably was upset. So yeah, of course you are. But I bet you right now he's in the film room looking at what he did wrong. He's learned from his mistakes. Make the mistakes now. Don't wait till this regular season start to make those mistakes.
Yeah, but I think yesterday was definitely good for Genty's confidence too. Just being able to get, it's easy to do it in college, and then when you get there, people hit harder. People are, it's bigger than the guys that you're used to. And if that's all it is getting him. That's why remember we talked about that. Like, I don't want them to overuse him, but I definitely want him to get comfortable. So I think, like I said, there was that moment where he took that hit, and I was just like, oh, that's what I'm talking about. Like, just kind of ease him in there. But he took it, and it looks like he's built for it. So
he didn't take a hit; he gave a hit. Yes, he hit that linebacker.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, but that was good. Get that, shake that off. Like, okay, they hit in college, but these guys hit harder. They're faster. They're stronger. They're grown ass men. College is playing against young kids, same age as him or younger. But now you're playing with guys older than him. Been playing NFL for a little bit while longer, and they getting a hit, and they're like, okay, all right, I feel it because in practice OTAs they don't hit each other like that. So getting that real game and he absorbed that hit like he did, you're like, okay, I got stinger or something happened, though, and I know I got to work on. You know, sometimes it's better to just go down and not take a hit because it's a long season. It's better to not take a hit than to prove yourself I can take a hit. You know what I mean? It's like that. I only take this hit. It's preseason. I only take this hit. I just go down.
Speaking of that too, you said there was a I don't know if that was when Purdy was in there still or that was Mac Jones, but there was a point where they were talking about how our DBs, instead of we were waiting for contact instead of attacking, the receivers and whoever's blocking. And it showed DeCamerion Richardson kind of just getting, a little knocked around, and seen him in a couple bad spots, but we were getting torched. I think that was Purdy, the end of Purdy's time, and then the a little bit of the Mac Jones period. But there was just some good throws by Purdy too, though. He was, I can't even take that away. He was making some good throws, but it was just like there was a point we were getting torched for a minute.
Well, as I watched some replay, some highlights, the Raiders were playing mostly zone that night. They didn't play like I thought they would play press man coverage like I thought they was going to do. They were playing a lot of zone. So that's why I was seeing why that guy, I forgot his name, that receiver for 49ers, was so open because they was in zone. They were just hitting the zones and pretty just picking them apart. I thought that they were going to play press man coverage. Maybe they are. They're just not going to do it now, but maybe they are going to do that. They're not going to show their hand. Like I said, Pete Carroll's no dummy. He's been around the block a few times. He's not going to show his hand to the rest of the NFL because you know what? The NFL is watching him. They know who he is, what he can do. So they're watching him with a magnifying glass. Hey, Eric Fu Chris, what's up? Good morning, man. So, they were playing a lot of zone. A couple guys got burned. They got burned mainly down the middle of the field.
Yeah. But our boy Jeremy Chin got his hands on one.
Mm-hmm.
Got his hands on a nice one. I like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're going to see more of that. Like when the defensive line gel together. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. When they start gelling together and get that pressure on there, up the middle and on the corner and the edges, there'll be a lot more picks. A lot more batted out passes. A lot more incomplete passes. Like I said, I don't think they're going to stay in the zone every game. I don't think they're going to do press. That's why they got these big receivers. Big D-backs to play. Physical D-backs. Why would you get a big physical D-back and not play press man? That makes no sense to me. So I think the whole scheme of things, they're going to do that.
Yeah.
Instead of saying Genty is looking to make a hit, he said Genty is not afraid of contact. Yeah, I know that. Of course not. He's not afraid of contact. I was saying that one play, like he was ready to punch that dude, that linebacker. Yeah. He squared up, like, come on, bring it.
Yeah, there was a Jack Besh sighting too. Seen Jack Besh for a little bit.
He looked pretty good. Mm-hmm. His coaches might consider what players is willing to do. They're capable of doing. Yeah, exactly. That's what Pete Carroll's doing. He's not seeing what's your strength and what's your weakness, and we're gonna adjust the game around you so you can have, you do your best. You do your best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, that's true, Jason. Oh, hey, I'm not Bueno's in the house. Hey, Bueno, what's up, brother?
Yeah, it was red in there. It definitely was.
Yeah,
too red.
Yeah, 49er fans travel well, so it is what it is. Because they're a proven winning franchise. They ain't won anything. They went Super Bowl 3 years ago. They haven't won anything, so they got a big following. Once we start winning games, especially at home, it's gonna be a sea of black eventually. Eventually.
Yeah, because like remember the blacked out days.
Oh yeah.
Everybody black out the arena.
Oh
You
yeah.
gotta get that back.
I remember those days. Like all black. That's all you can see.
Mm-hmm.
Cam Lewis overthrowing right. Yeah, he was. Like I say, it's a rookie. So I'm not looking for Cam Newton to come there and save it because everybody's all hyped up about Cam Newton after last week's game. Oh, number 2 quarterback. Then it's starting quarterback. Get rid of AOC. Dude, that was only one game. They only played 9 minutes or 9 minutes left in the quarter. Same thing he did in this game. So he really never got into the flow of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they put him in starter. If they'll keep AOC out there, good. They'll play with third quarter. Put him in and start the fourth quarter. And let him get that feeling, let him get in the flow of the game. He never got the flow of the game.
Remember that keeper he had? He kept the ball, and if he had nowhere to go, right? I was like, damn, I wish there was like an option package to that, and then maybe they might mix that in though, because he pretty much kept it, but there was nowhere for him to go, and he had nothing but to take that, and that kind of hurt. I would have rather him give that because I think he learned that okay, if I keep that, basically there's no out. There's nothing I could do, but at least we could pick up a few yards with the back if I hand it off. So
yeah, he had no other option, Because then you start to realize like these guys are faster than I'm used to. So like I said, all that was a learning experience for him. So he's going to watch all the tape, all the film. The coach is going to watch him. Was it Olsen, the quarterback's coach, going to want to explain to him, like, instead of doing this, you could have done that. Instead of staring down the receiver to throw that ball downfield, you could have looked them off and did something else.
mm-hmm.
So there's a lot to learn. Like I said, do it now while it's preseason because none of this counts. None of it. And then, learn from that. Then next time, if you get in the game, a real game, you'll like, okay, I remember the coach told me not to do that. Don't overthink it, but like I said, I hate Raiders losing anything. I hate the Raiders losing a parking spot in a parking lot. So I wasn't too mad at the loss. I said, shooting the interception, I said, oh well. It might be game over now because they'll probably kick a field goal, which they did. Guy made it.
It's funny. The announcer said it right. He said it right before it happened too. He said, "Now the Raiders don't want to give the ball back to the Niners. This backed up. It'd be an easy field goal." And then, as soon as he said that, next play was a pick.
Yeah,
it's like, damn.
Yeah, jinxing us.
Yeah, but I was just thinking because they had a timeout, I would have at least made them use that timeout. You know what I'm saying? They had one more timeout left. I would have for sure just ran the ball, make them use that timeout. And then you got options. You can run a screen or something like that just to get that clock still rolling. You know what I mean? How we finished, I know it's preseason and it didn't matter, but it does. This is us practicing for real, real scenarios. So, we should have finished strong. Because, even if, like I said, even if that was over, if we were, it was that close to the end of the game and we're tied, if I'm playing for overtime, I'm not going to give them the ball unless something crazy happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make sure we're the last ones to touch the ball. You know what I mean? And then take it, and it's new life when you get to overtime. So, you know what I'm saying? But here, there was no overtime. But, still, you traded a tie for a loss, and then that tie in a regular season game is better than that loss. You know what I'm saying? So, just, we got to practice. There's no way we should have lost that game. But.
Yeah, Jason, the majority of the season tickets are investors, yeah. They buy season and they sell tickets. Yeah, we know that. But when they start winning games, you're going to get most of the community back on the fold. But we talked about that a couple weeks ago. But yeah, I'm not too concerned. I'm not worried about that. But you start winning games. Be dominant in games. Then make the fans want to come and say, you see that new team we got here, the Raiders? Oh my God, they're so good. They blew up somebody. Now they're playing again next week. I'm gonna go into that game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thank you, Frank Weber. That's a good point too. We didn't lose nobody to injury, so you
Mm-hmm.
know it's a plus. That's a win.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we didn't lose anybody. We got scared almost like, oh shoot, Genty, but
Yeah, buddy.
like I said, he learns lesson too. Like, yeah, you know what? Sometimes it's better to run. Sometimes it's better just to go down. I already got the yards for the first down, or I don't think I got the first down, but I got 8 yards out of this. Let me go down. No sense, trying to make it more because that was a straight Billy go hit. They went clack, and that was it.
Mhm. Yeah, I did like how we were stopping the run that first, couple drives when we had our dogs in there. So I am looking forward to that energy because it looked like they were ready, like they were released out the cage.
Yeah, I think they got tired of everybody talking about it. They can stop the run. But then again, I watched Seattle beat up on 49ers. They ran for almost 200 something yards. So it wasn't that. The Seattle have a good running game. So I don't feel so bad when Seattle ran against us for 170 yards. They ran against the Chiefs like 217 yards rushing. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So
Mm,
they were running their ass off. So I still say we should stop the run and don't let that happen again. And we did.
mm,
We kind of shut them down.
yeah.
And then our running game picked up. Got some blocks, got some keys. And I say the best run of the game was Chris Collier, of course, Genty. Cormick looked okay. I didn't see Zamir run the ball but once. Matter of fact, didn't even run the ball. Let me see something. Let's see. Rushing. Zamir he had a good run. He had one carry for 5 yards.
Oh,
So his average went up to 5.0 yards a carry. McCormick had one carry for 2 yards. So Chris Collier had 4 carries for 26, 6.5 yards. 6.5 yards.
we'll take
Genty
that.
had 7 for 33. But excuse me. But he had 5 for 31, which averaged up to 60 yards a carry. But then that goal line, he got stuffed and he ran at 1 yard. So he had 7 carries for 33 yards in the first quarter. And not even a full quarter. And it was 4.7. So if you do math, which I know you do, you take 33 times 4, that's 129. You get that. If he play all game, I mean 129 yards plus he would have had. Got some extra yards. So I'm at the running game. They blocked. Yeah, Mozart had 3 carries for 9 yards. Lobby had 2 carries for 5. So really nothing outstanding for the other guys, but Chris Collier and Genty ran the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm cool with that. I said get that running game. So which Pete Carroll said I want to run the ball.
Yeah, how we started off running. That's how I even like when Cam Miller came in. The running game got going. Going a bit too. Because that's the thing with Aiden, as much as I liked Aiden, like a year or so ago, I just see now how limited it is, and he can't sell certain routes. He can't sell certain packages because like RPOs, he's not keeping it. You know what I mean? Like there's things that okay, he's not keeping it. We can just settle on the ball carrier or whatever the pass is. And like it's I guess I was in a little bit in denial thinking that his arm could carry him away, but he hasn't been the accurate person that he kind of started off being. So that's why I kind of like what Cam Miller brings to that to that package, because you see he did keep it, and maybe that was just to give the defense the option to say, hey, he will keep it and he will try. He didn't get nowhere, but at least show him that that is an option. Because for Aiden, I don't think that would be an option for him to keep it and run. So,
Man, defense knows that. No, we know Cam Miller's not. Excuse me, got me yelling now. Cam Miller is not a threat to run the ball outside. He's no Lamar Jackson or Jalen Hurts or anybody like that. But then they know that. That's why they go, okay, we can play off of that. But Geno Smith is a threat. Cam Miller's a threat. And when they put that threat in, when you have a quarterback that can take off at any given moment, the defense got to be honest. But with AOC, he might take off and run, but the chances are very low that he will. He'll stay in the pocket and do a little happy feet thing and try to throw the ball. So Cameron bring that next element, like, well, this guy can run. We've seen him run. So that's like okay, we got to watch him as well as the receivers, because if it's a passing down, it can go either way. But with AOC, 9% of the time he's gonna throw the ball.
Yeah. So I don't think with all these defensive ends getting faster, and just it's not set up for statues. Like if you are a statue and you're not able to move around in the pocket, this league is going to eat you up. Let me see.
Hey, James Ferber, welcome, brother. Who YouTube agent? Nice game against Fortnite, guys. Okay, thanks. I thought it was pretty good. What we saw last week, that what they were doing, and we all said it. You said it, I said it, a bunch of other creators and people said it. They need to fix that. Mm-hmm. And what we saw this week, they did fix those. They addressed those issues. Not tackling and line and the O-line. The O-line thing did a better job. Meredith and JPJ together looked fantastic. They was opening holes up. They was holding their blocks. They didn't allow any pressure on Geno Smith when he went back to pass. None at all. They opened holes for Genty. That's what offensive line supposed to do. So they'll just get better and better. So my feelings on JPJ playing the guard, like it might work out. So we'll see how that goes this weekend. I don't think they're gonna play this weekend. Maybe not. But what you think about that JPJ Meredith thing?
Oh, dang. Hopefully we get an answer soon. Just so basically we know what it is and we're not going back and forth with that position, because I want us to be locked in. Oh, excuse me, at our line. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want us to be locked in where it's not we're gonna try the first 2 games with this guy and then next 2 games and then see who did. No, we should be locked in and decided before we get to New England.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, I trust they're gonna put the best person in that position. You know what I'm saying? I'm not too worried about it. I think basically, hopefully, we'll have an answer this week or at the end of, I guess, the game, next week. But hopefully, pretty much this should have showed them more than I feel they'll see next week anyway. So really, after this week, it should be, after this last game yesterday, it should be decided. So
yeah, the way things going, look like that's going to be permanent. I don't think they're going to keep changing, because I remember last year, we couldn't decide on what quarterback's going to start the season until the last preseason game. Like, you guys still don't know who's going to start at quarterback to almost game 1. But we know who's starting at quarterback. We know who's starting at running back. We know who's starting at tight end. We know a lockdown. The only question mark is that JPJ Meredith thing. But I think they made the decision already. And honest opinion, it looked pretty good together. Like I said, they were blocking. They were hitting holes. So making holes, blocking, protecting Geno Smith. The 2 things you have to do.
Yeah, I think our tight end room will do better than our wide receiver room, to be honest. You know, but I like what I seen out of Mayer though. You know, they were making some tight contested catches, and I mean, how can we not? I mean, I'm pretty sure you probably already talked about it, but how could we not talk about how Brock skied Moss that first catch, you know what I'm saying, out the gate? Like, I
So
mean,
who brought think is Michael Jordan?
I was like, who? I said, hey, I know they tested him after that game, though.
Yeah.
I was like, that boy got it, because you see the other dude jump with everything he had, and what's his name was just like over him, like.
Look down and say, "Get away from me, little boy."
I was like, sheesh, because when I seen it, I was like, oh, damn. It was crazy. Oh, man.
And Gino threw in the right spot, only where he can catch it. See,
Yeah.
that's what we're supposed to do. Throw where your guy can catch, not the other guy. Threw it right to him, 28 yards. Like that was it for him. He was left the rest of the game.
Anybody that questioned why we got Brock, that play right there should have silenced everybody. Just like, that was crazy. Yeah, so we'll be fine. You know, like, and all we need is pretty much if Brock and Mayer stay healthy, then all we need is maybe two other, you know, besides Jacoby, and just maybe one other wide receiver just to kind of step up, and I think we'll be fine until Thornton can kind of develop himself. You know, we got Trey. I think Trey should be used more short to medium. You know what I mean? Like I feel like his range should be the short to medium, help the quarterback out type. You know, like worst case, you could find Trey somewhere in the flat or somewhere, you know, behind the coverage, you know, and then just let him use that speed against them linebackers.
Did we play well? It's working. Yeah, we know James always working, but
yeah.
The first team did well. They drilled on the field twice. They had one pass that if you watch replay that Gino just overthrew Thornton. Thornton had a guy beat. The running game looked good. And plus, one thing people not nobody even talking about it, but Gino Smith was spreading that ball around to everybody. He wasn't just concentrating on Bowers or Thornton or Troy Myers. He spread that ball around.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like he was like, I'm gonna get this guy. No, Geno Smith is testing his receivers out. Who do we trust? Who gonna catch these balls? So, you know, Geno went 6 for 8, good percentage, 75%. Let's see, how many yards? He get 55 yards, no touchdowns, no sacks.
Yeah, the only one that liked to take sacks was AOC. I know Cam took a couple too, but that was the thing with AOC again. This game, taking sacks, taking yourself out of good, you know, good downs. Basically, like going from, you know, early 1st and 10 or second, you know, 2nd and 6 to a 3rd and 13 or third. You know, you can't do that.
No.
You know, you cannot take sacks, and this is what he consistently does. You know, this is what I want to see different, even if it's just throwing it away. But the thing with him, I get it. He wants to make a play. You want to make a play, and he'll sit in there and wait. But you'll key on and you're waiting. They know what you know. If you wait that damn long, somebody's gonna catch up to it. You know.
Yeah. Plus, you threw the ball away last week. You had that just on grind thing, so I know that's back of his mind too.
Yeah.
But
like,
you know,
a good check down, like, you know what I'm saying, we never have a check down, like where, you know, worst case you hit it to your back and let him pick up, you know, like at the worst case, like it shouldn't be either all or nothing. There should always be a backup, like, and that's what I just want to see more of him. His is kind of all or nothing.
Yeah, Adam Connell had an interception, so did Cam Miller. Both had 2 interceptions. But basically, they only 2 turnovers. You know, I didn't like those at all. The last one, that was interception, was like at the end of the game. Miller was trying to force something, which, you know, I ain't mad at. Because he's trying. We had no fumbles, although Jit did fumble the end zone, but he was already across the line, so he didn't care. And we got the ball back anyway. I think Mayer jumped on it. Oh, no, Bowers jumped on it.
Yeah.
So other than that, there are turnovers. Last week was pretty horrific. This week it was just if Will didn't force that ball and Will had one interception. That was AOC. But
There's there's a good energy with this team. Like they look like they play well together. They're excited for each other. Even Genty, like after he was hit, he got out of the tunnel, and or after out of the tent or whatever, and then he was like, yeah, they were just checking me out for a concussion, whatever, but I was good. But basically he wasn't even tripping off the shoulder. Like he's like, I'm good. I can't wait for the next. So I love to see them celebrate with each other, just to see, it looks fun. It looks like this season's going to be special, man.
That's a different energy, like you said. It does look like they want to play together. They want to do this thing. They want to get out there and win. The short side of the stick. Well, we didn't win last week nor lost. We lost this week, but what they're showing out there is like, okay, this is how we gonna play because everything's still vanilla. The offense is not doing anything spectacular. It's just basic plays that everybody run. This and that. There's no triple reverses, no flea flicker, none. It's nothing fancy. It just running like Thornton. He just went right down sideline and was open. That's basic. That's like playing. You play street football. You tell your friend, hey, you the quarterback. Say, you see that Chevy Camaro over there? Run to that car. I'll throw it to you. That's what it was. This is a basic. There's no special route running, but he can't run a route tree. So I mean,
yeah,
but we're all Raider Nation. We panic. We get mad real quick, even for a preseason game. True facts, I ain't gonna lie. I was pissed off last week because we looked horrible out there. I don't want to see that no more. Everybody was pissed off. But this game, they cleaned the things up we thought they should clean up, the blocking and the tackling. Still got to work some tackling. But I'm happy with the game. I'm not happy with it, but I'm not mad at the game like I was last week.
Yeah, there were definitely more good than bad things that happened this week for sure. Like I just, it's because I look at the ending because nothing we do, like say, I just feel like we wasted a lot of good plays like that Brock catch. And I'm saying a lot of different things like the Genty running over, I'm saying? And then I feel like at the least we should have just at least like Piano Man said, just run it out, run the ball out. I'm saying? Like, just get out of there before somebody gets hurt, because that's what I felt too. Like you trying to make an extra play when we're this far away, we're not, yeah, we could do it, but I mean, you're just risking too much just trying to get a win that doesn't matter over just take the tie. Just take the tie. Let's get up out of here,
But you got to look at the situation who was in there. It's all the young cats in there trying to make a team. If they just sat there and gave up, they couldn't prove what they can do. So I'm saying, it was veterans in there and all that stuff that was in there. Yeah, they'll probably ran the clock out. Like we'll make a couple attempts at it, but we're gonna run the clock out. These were rookies trying to show them. So rookies and maybe second year guys and guys on a bubble trying to prove what they can do. So what if they would? What if he did instead of what if the guy caught the ball for us and got it on the field and we kick a field goal? Everybody been celebrating, right?
Yeah, for a while, for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, no, if he got the ball down the field where he was, we will celebrate. Like, yeah, this guy's awesome. This guy, he's the next blah, 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 whoever they want to compare him to. Yeah, look at that. Ooh, yeah. No, but he throws an interception. Everybody like, oh, this guy. Yeah, okay. Yeah. We're Raider Nation. We're fickle like that. I was mad at doing an interception. Oh, my God dang it. But at least he's trying to do something. And Pete Kirk wants to see what kind of grit and guts he has to try. That's how you measure that football player. That's how you measure football players. He tried. He probably made a mistake and didn't read the coverage correctly. That's why he's in there. Because we noticed they blitzed him twice in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Blitz. And I remember back in the day, back when he had 4 preseason games, it was an unwritten rule that the defense didn't blitz. But they changed that quickly. Now they blitz.
Mm-hmm. they were showing some different looks too, like they were going to stack and bring everybody, and then they would back out. And then that's why I didn't like that the play call either, because I mean, as a defense, you're not going to give up anything. So basically, you're going to play, because there's no point of blitzing because somebody's going to, So how they played it, I feel like he was better off just throwing it away instead of trying to squeeze that in there.
Hey, salute, Jays, man. Thanks for dropping by, man. Only way to work, understandable, but thanks for stopping by anyway. Raiders. Yeah, but the thing is, give him a chance to try. Like I said, he might not ever have the opportunity again for the next couple of years. You know what I'm saying? Games online, we're tied up, or we're down by a field goal or whatever. Let them try it. Let them see how. Let them experience that. So I'm good there. I'm good with that. They could easily just ran the ball, try to run the clock out, use their timeout, ran the clock down. Yeah, they could do that. That's easy. But I don't think Pete Carroll wants it easy. He wants the young kids to get out there and experience the National Football League. He'll probably say, son, you did okay. Things happen. We'll go back and watch what you did, what you didn't. We'll watch what you did, what you didn't see. And that way you can learn from it. Learn now why the games don't count.
Yeah. Pete's done this before.
Huh?
Pete's done this before, though. Like in a big game, a pretty big game where we should have ran the ball, but instead he chose to pass the ball, and the rest is history.
Come on, Cam Miller?
No, Pete Carroll.
Oh well, yeah, that game.
Like I said, that's a big lesson, to learn.
You live and learn, man. So sometimes you gotta make mistakes to be better. Yeah. That's what it is. If you don't make mistakes, then you'll think you're like, I'm untouchable, I'm perfect, I'm invincible. But you make mistakes, like, oh, shoot. Didn't think that would happen. Now you saw what can happen. Now you can learn from that. Mm-hmm. Jeffrey said, "Raise your trash." Yeah, sure, opinion. Thank you. But who's your team, Jeffrey? We got another guy in the chat thing. Go Niners.
Oh man!
I always challenge people. They say raise the trash. Okay, who is your football team?
Yeah,
but in chat, you talk about it.
I'm gonna say the Browns or something. The Bengals.
My team is a team that goes to the Super Bowl. Oh, one of those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least Shane's not scared to say fan. He's a Niner fan, so at least he's not scared to admit he's a Niner fan. So hey, I'm good with that. Shane, much respect.
Yeah.
But anyway,
yeah, we donated one to you guys yesterday. Be happy. Enjoy that one.
Yeah, it's just bragging rights for the Bay Area. I live in the Bay Area, so I don't know what it's like. So yeah,
it's California. It's bragging for California.
Yeah. We beat you guys pieces. Like, okay. Because I went in the house last night after the show. I say, hey, you won the game. Like, she's like, yeah, but ain't it preseason? I said, yeah, but you won. But it's still preseason. Like, not happy? Yeah, but still preseason. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah. It would hit definitely different if it was a regular season game for sure. I mean, like I said, they always matter, but it just matters just that much more because then you can talk shit all week, and versus just for the night. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so I've been a 49 fan since 12. 53. Tomorrow, happy birthday to you tomorrow. Yeah, see, I like guys dedicated like that. He's been a fan since 12. Be 53, so he's been a fan almost 41 years. So he's dedicated to that, and I respect that. Thank you, Shane. And you welcome come back anytime you want to the station. I don't, it's fine with me. Long respect. And shut up, who's this, piano man? Because you're a Charger fan, so you say. So shut up. Well, I like Frank Weber says, fair weather faithful. Yeah, they got fair weather fans. Like, because I had a friend like that. Talking about Raiders. I used to work together. Raiders. I said, well, who's your team? Well, this year I like the Patriots. This year. Well, don't talk about Raiders if you don't have a damn team.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Do you have a team? No.
Mm-hmm. And see, the worst of it hasn't even come. I still got to hear this shit tomorrow, because the game was on a Saturday, so of course it gave me an extra day just to
So,
get to not hear about it. But tomorrow I got to face the music.
yeah, he'd be all right.
Yeah.
He'd be all right, man.
And I just
So,
always bring up how they like to go to Super Bowls and not win. So that's my
well,
MO.
we all rushed them and this and that, and they had that one drive and that was it. Well, they had two drives, but other than that, they didn't beat us badly. They snuck out because of interception. They snuck out of it with a victory. It could have been a tie.
Mhm.
Or, if Thornton would have caught that pass, that pass was perfect to Thornton, then the game would be probably much over with. So I think I'm looking at the good and the bad. Now the bad was after I talked about DBs last week was
Mhm.
horrible this week. Because I think Pete Carroll was playing that. I think they was just playing safe. They was playing zone most of the game. Look like I looked some of the replays like they was playing zone. That's how Jen got that catch. It was a zone defense, the interception. Because I thought like I said, I thought they played press man coverage. Why would you get these big backs and these long backs and these physical backs that we play in zone? In that case, we would have kept the other guys, the small guys, whatever. So I was disappointed in that.
I was thinking so we wouldn't give up so much, like so many big running plays. It kind of gives you a little bit more range to kind of see things before they, instead of you getting locked up with a blocker. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know.
I don't know because the defensive line, because Booger and Roberts were actually stuffing that run. They was killing them on the run game, so they didn't even get to the second level.
Mhm.
So, but that wasn't it because I think they did great on the edges, stopping the run. Coons to me, I want to see, but my player pick of the game that I want to see do something was Coons. He still to me seemed like he's a little slow off the line. I guess he's still getting his game, the rust out because it's been a year and a half.
Mhm.
So plus, like I mentioned before, he might still get that injury in the back of his mind. See, I never had an injury like ACL and all that stuff. I was talking about when I was talking about it. So I talked to a few guys, like I talked to Jeff last night, a few guys that had those injuries, and it might be healed, and I can walk on it and run on it, whatever you can do, but it's always subconsciously in the back of your mind that happened, and you kind of like a little careful that don't happen again. Especially as preseason, Coops he want to play this year. You can tell he wants to play this year because he took less money to stay here. He could went somewhere else, got 2 years more money, but he said, "I don't play for the Raiders." So that showed me that he's dedicated to the Raiders.
Mhm.
And I'm
And
out the
then
money. I just want to play for the Raiders. Especially when Pete Carroll came over, like definitely gonna stay.
definitely, and then these aren't small guys. This is a lot of weight coming down on those knees and ankles and foots and feet.
Feet, yeah,
See,
the foots,
yeah, the footuses and
foots.
but Tyree Wilson made
Uh-huh.
made a slight appearance.
Yeah, he did. It didn't look too bad on those third down plays. He got it in the backfield. I don't think he got a sack, but he got some pressure.
So
Yeah.
I when he plays, sorry, Piano Man, but when he plays the Chargers, because what's his name came back too, the wide receiver, we'll say 13, go Cal, but I forget your name right now. But yeah, he came back, and so if you remember, Tyree got pancaked by I gotta remember his damn name. What's his name? What's their receiver that used to play for him, and then he's back this year. Keenan Allen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he got pancaked by Keenan Allen, something tough. And I'm glad Keenan Allen's back. So Tyree Wilson, I hope he can get his lick back.
The Raiders will be last in the AFC, last in the AFC West, last in. Well, thanks for your opinion. Don't
Thanks.
understand why. I don't understand why your avatar is a skull because the Raiders logo is they use the skulls a lot. So anyway, so I don't know. You root for the Raiders or are you just saying that because that's your opinion? Well, we'll see when the season ends.
Yeah, we definitely won't be last in the AFC. I promise you. That's like that's the Browns.
That's reserved for the Browns. Say that's reserved for the Browns. He will get the most out of his defense. Yeah, of course he will. I agree with you, Ernest. Because, like I said, they didn't get no pressure last week. They didn't get tackled. Don't know why they weren't tackling, but then now this time they're tackling. They got a few pressure. They didn't get that many sacks, but remember one thing: Max Krause wasn't in there, so they didn't worry about him. But I'm kind of happy with what I saw. They didn't run all over us like Seattle did last week.
I'm saying Titans too. Titans will be in that mix for worse in AFC too.
You don't think Cam Ward can bring him to a playoff berth?
I mean, unless he's really tight with Jesus, I don't know.
Always gotta pray, brother. Always gotta pray.
Yeah, they said he didn't look too good though.
Yeah. I watched some of it. He had a couple of those, but he overthrew a lot. So yeah, I don't know if coming last. Pete Carroll's not gonna allow that.
Yeah. Did you look at? Did you see Dylan Gabriel? He was semi cooking for a little bit. He was completing passes, and then he threw a pick, and then he kind of after that was kind of a little shaky.
Lost his confidence. Yeah, I saw that. He kind of lost his confidence.
Yeah.
And see that is going back to Cam Miller. That was good for his thing because I'm sure Pete Carroll's talking to him. Pete Carroll's a good guy that's good with people that make mistakes. He said, "Yeah, okay, his pieces don't count, but now you know now, shake it off, and you'll play next week. Shake it off. I'm not gonna bench you. You're gonna play. Shake it off and see what you did wrong." And let's correct that for the future. So that's how coaches supposed to be. They're supposed to teach you when you make a mistake and show you what mistake you made and try to make it better for you. That's why I'm glad we got Pete Carroll. Last year when he had an AP, didn't know anything when it comes to coaching. Not saying he's a bad person. Not saying he's a great bad cheerleader. But as far as the coaching aspects, no, he wasn't. He wasn't that guy. He didn't go through the ranks. See, Pete Carroll went from the ranks for all those years. He saw the offense. He saw the defense. He saw special teams. He saw all of that. So he knows when a player's on the offensive side, what he did wrong, he can spot it like, okay, let's go work on that in practice. That's what they did this week with the blocking and stuff. He saw like, I see what's going on. Let's fix that. And what they did, blocked pretty good this game.
Mm-hmm. Now his worst year was with the Jets, right? That 1 year with the Jets.
Yeah, that was his first. Yeah, that was yeah.
Do you remember how many wins he had? Was it 6 or 7?
Let's see. Look it up. Wait a minute.
Like why I asked that is, do you think his season will be better than his worst than that season pretty much?
What do you mean? More wins?
Yeah, do you think because that was his worst coached season technically? So basically, do you see us doing better than that season? Because that's what I think it's either 6 or 7 wins or something like that. So basically, how they have us at 7 point whatever.
Now it's down to 8.
Oh, okay.
It was 6-10 that year.
6-10. Okay. Yeah, I don't see us being that bad at all. I don't see us being a 6 win. The way this defense, because even Booker's couple of plays, he's making an impact. You know what I'm saying? So like and I watched a little of Jacorian over in Philly, and I think we definitely still are winning that trade. You know,
Mike
so
said, I got the record. I got the Raiders finishing 7-10. Yeah, that's a little low. I don't see that. Maybe you can burst those numbers 10-7. Division is tough. Well, yeah, and we will be too. Only team I'm worried about right now. I'm not worried about Chiefs. I'm worried about that their Broncos defense look fucking awesome. So that's one team I am worried about. The Chargers going to be tough, and I don't think so. Broncos going to be way better. Yeah, I said that.
yeah.
But you don't see any improvement on the Raiders, Mike. Then I don't know what you're looking at. You
And the
know,
KC and KC reps as usual. Yeah, you ain't lied about that one.
oh those guys no longer. I don't think are in the NFL. I think they got demoted.
Nice.
Yeah, they had a big stink about that. They was talking about that. I looked at it like, "Nah, you guys demoted."
Yeah. And I just look at, Mike, like you're making some great points, like definitely. But our quarterback's nuts are bigger than the other quarterback's nuts, besides that one that plays in KC. But you know what I'm saying? That's going to be the difference. You know what I mean? I know Gino Talot is not, the guy, but I think he's grown into the guy. And he just everything kind of happens the way it's supposed to flow. We can't say, oh, he should have made it when he first got drafted and all this, but the time is now. Rich Gannon came and shined later in his career. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it can happen. You know what I'm saying? Like Drew Brees, yeah, he used to tear us up in San Diego, but he didn't really develop into that guy until till the Saints. So you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it could just be the right situation that you can fall into. And the Chiefs, yeah, they're dominating right now, but they're on the down. You know what I'm saying? And the Broncos have always been trying to still figure it out. So they got some work to do. They do have a damn good defense, but you got to score points too. So unless your defense can score them all, but the Chargers will always be competitive, but they've kind of been giving it to us like the last couple of years. We're either 1-1. Last year, they worked us, but
Well,
we can get with anybody. That's the thing. We just have to learn how to finish. And we didn't have a good coach to help us finish, and that's why I feel Pete will be the difference in us finishing these games versus what we did the last 3 years.
Mike, are you a Bronco fan because you saying that Bo Nix is no slouch? I'm not saying he's not, but it's his second year. Give him a couple more years and see how he finishes out. His first year, he was dinking, dunking past his defense, but pretty much held the game in check for him. So he can't do much. Let's give him another year and see what he do. This is his second year. So I'm not putting anything on Bo Nix, but I'm saying right now, let's see what he do in the second year. Okay? Let's see what he do. That's on defense. That I give Broncos credit. They do got a good defense look right now, looking at what they have. So you said wide receivers.
Yeah, he's a Niner fan.
Yeah. You know what? And the good thing about my champion, man, because I'll kick you out, dude. Shut up. So yeah, we got what's waiting on Jetty. Hey, Joey. Hey, man. Are you home? Are you home? We still in Vegas. You're a 49er? Yeah. Congratulations on your victory in preseason.
But yeah, it is gonna be tough though. Yeah, you ain't never lied, but it's gonna be tough for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So nobody's really gonna, I don't think, dominate this year where it's like a landslide. I think it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be kind of like that Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and that kind of where it's close, and basically it'll probably come to the end, to the last win to get them in.
Yeah, I'm too biased. Peon, man. He's on your channel, man. Somebody block him. Actually, I can do it. I'm a monitor. Peon, man, you about to get blocked out. I'm tired of your comments. Yeah, Mike, I see Sean Payton in New Orleans too. He had that 1 year, one Super Bowl run. He had a great quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And then he came to Denver and didn't do anything. And he had what's his name? Russell Wilson didn't do anything with him, didn't like him. So, we'll see. Like I said, the season hasn't started yet. And we're already picking, hand picking like this and that. We gotta wait to see if the real season start. This is only preseason. some coaches like to win preseason. Some coaches don't even care about that much winning. They um, care about seeing their players perform and see what they can do, what their weaknesses are. Matter of fact, if it's go to your channel right now, what's on your channel? Now, if it's yeah, man, if you don't straighten up your act, dude, I'm kicking you out.
He said we had a good run.
Yeah, I'm kicking you out, dude.
Best of luck until week 2, Piano Man, for sure.
Oh no, I'm done with him. I'm done with him. There he is. Yeah. So stop the comments. Oh, I ain't gonna hurt Jason. He got views. Ain't worry about him. He's good. Jason got 2,000 subscribers. So he's not gonna hurt. He's thinking the hours in. That's what we're doing this. But keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Yeah. You know, it's a little tender over here, Piano Man. We just lost to the Niners, man. It's not a good feel. Not a good feeling. No.
I'm done with him. Yeah, man. I try to give you credit. Bye. See you later. Get out. Probably you talk your talk, but all these little negative comments got to stop. And everybody's tired of it. Yeah, exactly, Mike. The season start like right now. I wish it starts today, so we can see what's going on.
Yeah,
because we all love football. Good. We have our teams.
If anybody says that we should trade AOC and that if that is even possible, let's stop that.
Why would we?
Yeah, let's stop that. For one, no one's gonna trade unless no one's gonna trade for AOC. We'll just say that. That's not gonna happen. There's no way. And like I said, I don't think it's gonna be pretty much those options anyway. I feel like once the cuts happen, we are gonna find somebody else that's a little bit more confident, I think.
Over under 8. I want to go to over.
I'll be so mad with 9 wins, but
hey, Mike,
8 to 10 is what I'll say.
Mike, we can't be friends now, man. We can't be friends because I hate the Cowboys. I hate it with a passion.
Me too. So, Mike, you have a friend here.
Mike, we will get along now. I got an ally. You're a Niner fan, so is my wife. So hey, I got an ally. Mike, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notifications on both our channels, dude. We can talk. I'm with you. Shoot, I'll buy you a next beer if you drink. If you don't drink, I'll buy you next lemonade.
Mike, you'll know early too. Like I've been saying that we'll know early how this season is going to go, because if we don't start out 2-0, it might be a rough one.
Oh, damn it. I thought I had enough of this shit. Let's see here. I had enough of this dude, man. Yeah, I mean, just shut the hell up.
Yeah, like I said, like the Patriots are our first opponent, and if we can't take care of the Patriots and we can't go take care of the Chargers, then I think it'll be a long season. So
we got to come on. We come on. You 2-0 or 1-1? No, hopefully 2-0.
Yeah, we got to start 2-0.
We got to start fast. We got to start and show what we're made of right there in the first game.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta put fear back in the other team's heart when they come play us. So we gotta start off good. Like I said, everybody taking for granted salt that we lost. Yeah, of course. One mistake, make a mistake like that, we lose. But like I said, you guys look like Seahawks. Yeah, it kind of does feel that way, Mike. It kind of feel like they're going back to that Seattle way, that Legion of Boom, run hard. Kind of looks like that. Hey, Nutty Ray, welcome to the show, bro. Welcome to the show.
There was a penalty, like a holding penalty, and I was so glad it was a hold, because it was a 5-yard versus whatever it would have been. It would have gave them the ball pretty much damn near by the end zone. But I'm glad. I was like, damn, we actually got a good call. We got a holding, but I hated you got that holding because that would have probably changed everything.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, rookie mistakes. Not rookie, but just mistakes in the game. Like I said, the referees are trying out to themselves. There are a couple of plays that they grabbed, which comes. They held that one guy. They didn't even call it. They turned him around. Who was it? When they had to get that run, they held him. Not only they held him, they spun him around, and he couldn't get his arms loose. So that was holding. They didn't call that.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I agree. It was a good game.
Yeah.
I enjoyed more this game than during last week's game, but yeah, it was a good game.
Yeah, the DB still like Raiders USC said. The D still worries me as far as the DB room.
But they were playing zone most of the game.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're gonna do that the rest of the season. But like I said, they're gonna have to play press man cover. That's why they got these big backs, these big physical backs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I said, they gonna play small back. They could have kept it like a Meek Robinsons and all them guys, the small guys that play zone, but they didn't. They got his backs for a certain reason, like he did in Seattle. They played that press man coverage, get you off line of scrimmage and stick with you.
Good game indeed. Yeah. Moody. Yeah, Moody. I was hoping, damn, I was wishing he missed that last three. After I think he missed one, and then I think he never missed, I think, after that again.
He barely made the first one. He barely squeaked in. Then he missed the next one. Then he hit that one. I was like, and I said myself, he probably make this 59-yard field goal. And sure enough, he did.
Shout to whoever that was that made the 70-something one, even though it was preseason. But I mean, he made it. You know.
Yeah, I think he did better. I'm not. I didn't like the way they played yesterday. I think after I bragged about it, they did pretty good last week. But last week they were doing more running than they were passing. Mm-hmm. But I think they do better. Like I said, they play mostly zone. I was watching it like that. There's nobody on like pressing on line of scrimmage. Rarely. Mm-hmm. So yeah, mostly zone. But I don't think they're gonna play zone. But 59 was a career long. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
of course.
That was like Janikowski long right there.
Yeah, well, 59, shit, I seem like the average field goal is like at 60 yarders now. Like, that's the average. Like, Jesus. These guys got stronger.
So, Jaguar 70 yarder.
Yeah, I remember that. Hey, so, quick question. How do you like the new NFL kickoff rules after you score a touchdown or start a half? The new rules are, right?
Mm-mm.
Nobody knows? Okay. Well, they changed the rules because remember back in the days in the end zone they go to the 20. Then now they changed the way the kickoff is. You know, they got to stand still and wait.
Mm-hmm.
Keep the ball off. The ball will go to the 30-yard line in the end zone. So a touchback. Now, if they kick it into the end zone and goes touchback, goes to the 35. So they're making the kicking team, okay, they can start 35 if you want them to by kicking the end zone, but now they're trying to make them like, hey, kick it to the player so they can run the ball. Mm-hmm. How you like that?
I like it because I like the kicking game, and I just felt like after last year's rule changes, it just kind of wasn't. They were thinking safety, but I mean, there's certain things that in a game, you know, people can break wide on change the game with the kickoff return. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be out of it and then you need a quick score and then you just happen to get it. You know, I don't think they should take stuff like that away. We don't see, you see some big hits, you know, but I mean, I feel like it's a part of the game. Like it's, you know, it teaches you to keep your head on the swivel. You know, you got to always be watching. You got to protect your own neck, if anything. So, I mean, I get it. They're trying to keep everyone safe, but that's a part of the game that, you know, if you want to bring fans back, you got to bring, you got to have some excitement in the game because like that's the thing that we don't like now is they're taking away all the fun parts of the game, the hitting, the taking heads off across the field and all that kind of stuff. Because I mean, that's the players don't even like that. I mean, they play the game because they love the game. everything that comes with it. So I mean, their thing is probably for lawsuits. That's why the NFL cares. They don't want lawsuits and all this kind of stuff like that happens, after these players get hurt and CTE and all these things,
Mhm.
But I mean, it's because they get paid off the excitement of the game. So, if it wasn't for the lawsuits, I think it wouldn't even be a thing.
That's another thing Raiders UFC said. Yeah, I forgot. They also, because the old rules were you had to notify them of onside kick only in the last quarter.
Mhm.
Now you can do it anytime. So I
Yeah,
like that. Yeah, they
yeah.
changed that. That's like, oh, I'm gonna tip my hat to the team tell me go onside kick. Because back in the day, they just did a trickery like New Orleans Saints did in the Super Bowl. They just
Mhm.
like did a trickery, and then the defense wasn't ready for it. But now you tell them, "Hey, be ready for onside kick, guys. We're gonna do an onside kick,"
You get
and
your
then get
hands
ready
team.
for it.
Yeah, you get your hands team now. So,
Exactly.
mhm.
Uh, yeah, yeah. Marvin, yeah, he had a big return in the first game. The Patriots, Henderson ran back 100 yards.
Yeah,
So I like the new rules.
yeah,
You
those
know,
guys that can get around that edge, man, can score.
what I don't like is that virtual measurement. I don't like that. I want to see the chain game out there. The guy with the index card measuring.
Yeah, that. Yeah,
Yeah, I know it's modern technology and all this stuff coming up, but you would say that might be right. Somebody could have tweaked it up a little bit.
mhm. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Some of the most exciting plays are in the history of the game was those returns. You know,
definitely.
it's so exciting to see returns. Like, shoot, this guy just ran back an 89-yard kickoff return. Exciting, and it changes the game complexity of it too. The other
Yeah.
team that scored a field goal or something, and then they kick off two, then you go right back and get a touchdown. It changed
Mhm.
the whole dynamics of the game, the momentum, everything. It changed all that. We had a good return. So now, yeah, you're down by 4 points, kickoff, and you run back, not necessarily a touchdown, but you run back to their 45-yard line, their side. Now you get just a score. That
Mhm.
changed everything. So I like it.
I don't know if you guys remember that Deshaun Jackson, go Cal, of course. Deshaun Jackson, where he was for the Eagles, he dropped the ball, punt return, dropped it, picked it up, ran right through the New York Giant defenders, and what I'm saying, just broke one. Beautiful, beautiful return, man. Like I said, go Cal.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm old school too, Mike, with that. Give me a chain game because I remember a couple of games I watched where the chain games run to the field to measure, and a couple of guys fell. Like, there we go. Make it fun. Yeah, I'm old school with that too, Jim. I mean, Mike, yeah, I said give me. Yeah, we know you meant give me. Yeah, I'm old school. This is, I don't know, Mike's shot's pretty good. Bengals will be overrated. Bad defense, great offense.
yeah.
That's just the case. Yeah, we need one thing to have balance. Do really Steelers make the playoffs? Let's see.
No, I
They
mean,
got the Ravens. I don't see the Browns doing anything. Browns might beat them a game or so, whatever. But
I think it's still going to be Baltimore. I think they'll probably be in it for a couple games, early in the season, and then usually Aaron Rodgers will cool off, and then but it's going to be the ultimate unless he gets hurt or something like that. It's going to be Baltimore's, but the Steelers, I don't think they have enough. I really don't.
Steelers always manage to get that 10-win season every year. It seemed like. And either they don't make it or they barely make it. Because that one year we went, well, for us beating the Chargers, they wouldn't have been in playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like they're always there in the hunt, or they miss it by if this team wins, they're out. If this team loses, they're in type situation.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say. Now the division, like it's Baltimore's division right now. I don't think since Cincinnati always do well and then they falter, or they falter and then they try to make up later in the season. I don't see Cleveland even challenging anything in there. Well, it could surprise you because the Commanders did, but I don't see it.
9
They
and 8.
might.
9 and 8. They missed the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Tomlin, he didn't have a losing record. So somehow, some way, they win those games, and they right there or just outside looking out, just like right there,
Mhm.
So we'll see.
Yeah, but we need their playoff spot. That's the thing. We have to be the one to take one of these AFC spots.
Mm-hmm.
Like from the Baltimore, the Buffaloes, they're going to be locked in. We just have to take the spots of the ones that think they're going to, like the Patriots. That's definitely a team that wants to be on the rise in that division. You got
Yeah, that's another thing you got to watch out for is Patriots because like they're doing some over there. So so I figure this in that division, the AFC East, I figure it'll probably be Buffalo, probably more than likely, and then the Patriots. I don't see the Jets doing anything, and I definitely don't see Miami doing anything.
Mhm.
So then you got that. So that's two right there. Then you got the AFC South. Pick them.
You got Houston will probably get that division. I think Houston has loaded up.
Yeah,
And you got the Titans, the Colts, and then the Jaguars. I
yeah.
mean,
I
uh,
don't see any there coming out but one. So that's three.
so that's
Then
our
you got
spot.
Then you got the North, which you say Baltimore, and then you got that question mark with Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Cincinnati probably try to do something either early in the season or later in the season, but they always falter.
Yeah.
Browns nowhere. Then you got the West. You got Kansas City for pretty much the consensus pick. Then we got the Denver Broncos. Then we got the San Diego Chargers. Then we got the LA Los Angeles Raiders. Now, this division's so rough that what's going to happen is we're going to cannibalize each other. We're going to beat each other up so bad in a division that, whoever comes on top is going to get that second spot in the playoffs, that seventh spot in the playoffs.
Mhm.
Yeah, whether it be Broncos, Chargers, or Raiders. So that's what they got to fight for, unless they can take down Kansas City, because I think that is coming. I think that's coming.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Hey, Salute Hood TMZ podcast. What's up? Welcome to the show, man.
Salute. No, I don't trust Lamar's arm to be the best in the AFC. That team is definitely stacked, but what's his name is getting definitely older. The running back Henry,
Yeah.
he's definitely getting older and definitely I feel on the decline. So I don't think he's going to be that great dominating force, as these years come. But
I don't see that because last year did pretty good, and this will be a second year with that same team. So I think they're gonna use it differently than they did last year. So I don't see him declining. He's still a force to be reckoned with because nobody really want to tackle him when he get full of steam. Full of steam, like I don't want to tackle that guy, coach.
all we got to do is get hit right the right time.
He said, Coach, you go in there and tackle Henry. No, man, I don't want to do that. I don't want to get hurt. I got bills to pay, man. So I want to go out there and do that.
It leaves the Broncos, Raiders, Bengals, Chargers, Steelers.
That's what I said. That's the teams I was talking about. Those guys going to battle each other out. Bengals probably, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Six wins for the Bengals.
Yeah, because they already hurt already. Now got some players hurt already there. I'm like, damn, already? We ain't started yet. But, Mike, we can all agree on, right? One thing we can agree on. F them damn Cowboys.
The Raiders, Chargers, Steelers.
Yeah, so it's gonna be an interesting season. The AFC is like just got stronger.
Raiders, Chargers, Steelers, and then Broncos don't make it, and who was the other one? Oh, the Bengals. Bengals don't make it. The Broncos don't make it.
Chargers don't make it either. They like the Chargers do. Crash and burn at the end.
That is true. Put old pizza face on his back.
This guy trash. Dog is trash, making football so trash. Why the fuck they call football when they use their hands? Why do soccer spell football with FUT? So
All right,
get out here.
sorry about that.
I like these guys' comments. Trash bag, yo. Yeah, you are trash. Charger O line big, yeah, because they signed that guy to extension that tackle. Slater? Was it Slater? No. Who was the guy they signed to Charger?
The one that got hurt right after Rashad Slater.
Yeah, Slater. Yeah. Like, damn, they signed an extension. He got hurt during that, like, a couple days later. That's not a good thing. Yeah, I like that. I like Mike. I like you, man. Make sure about channel, man. I like you coming in, man. We can talk. Yeah, we both agree on one thing. The Cowboys. Get out of here. Yeah, Slater. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, I was crushed when I heard Slater was going to be out. Oh, my goodness. That hurt me to my core. I just felt bad for all the Charger fans because I know, that was something they had, they were happy. Imagine that moment. You're like, oh, we got him locked in. Yeah, he's locked in still, just from the sideline.
Yeah. All right, this guy.
And Joe Alt's hurt too. I'm devastated. Goodness, it hurts me to my core that they were two best linemen.
Who? Oh, he's hurt?
That's what Mike put in the chat. I hope so. I hope he'll be okay next year, but I just hope, yes, he is hurt. Hope so. Let's see. Let me check it out.
If he's hurt, then they really got problems.
We'll give him let me see. We'll give him Thayer Mumford. We'll help him out, we'll be generous.
Yeah. Cowgirls ride mules.
Nice.
Yeah, they always say it's our year, this our year. I never said about the Raiders. I just said I hope we get better this year. I hope we make the playoffs this year. We got. I want to see a better showing than we had the last few years. I don't want to say every year. This is our year, and they've been saying since 1995. So they've been saying for a long time now. So,
that was last year. He suffered a sprained MCL, but that was last year. So he's delicate. Well. He's delicate too. So,
just to make sure you guys, in case you guys missed it earlier, we posted that special guest on our show, Real Talk Raider Nation, 805. He was supposed to be on our show today, but he has some family things to take care of today. I'm not gonna say what it was. I'll let him tell you that to you. That's not my business to tell. So he'll say he'll get back with us on another later date. Hope he does. Hope his family's doing okay. So yeah. So we do apologize for him not being here today. But like I said, 805, whatever's going on, hope everything's good. So let you guys know.
Most definitely. I think we will we'll have Pharaoh next weekend. So, definitely great to have him on the show too. Yeah, we don't miss, man. Even when we miss, we don't miss. So
yeah, there we go. Well, overall, all in all, man, I think we look good. I mean, they look good, but I think we improved on what we need to improve on.
32. Okay. Yes, sir. Sorry about that.
Anyway, yeah. So, how long you want to go for? You want to call it, or you want to keep going?
I'm still in depression mode from yesterday, but I'm
all right.
Yeah, no, I know it wasn't a big thing, but it's just you always want to win, and
yeah, no, you got to go to work tomorrow and hear those 49er fans. So you have to. I want to hear it.
This was their Super Bowl, so of course they're gonna love it.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of lightweight. It's kind of lightweight ours too. So I ain't even gonna lie. It's kind of our early pregame or preseason Super Bowl. So
yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice to see that at the end of the year though? Raiders Niners Super Bowl.
Do you think that would ever happen again? That never happened before, but you think that would ever happen?
We need that. I've been praying for this ever since I was a little kid.
Where's Super going to play that? Where?
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Where's the Super Bowl this year? Next year coming up.
I think it's 49ers, yeah. Is it at the
Santa
airport?
Clara?
At the airport or at the construction site?
I ain't talking about that.
Sorry about that. I'm not gonna put you in that
it's in Santa Clara. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be nice if you play the 49ers in Santa Clara and beat the crap out of them.
oh, that would be hey, you talk about satisfied for the rest of life.
You'd be happy forever.
That would be, please, Jesus, I love you. Thank you. For everything. We need this. Make this one thing happen for us.
Well, it's only fair because they play in our stadium, so we should go play in their stadium. It's only fair.
Yeah. Now that so since you said that, so when they played each other, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like I felt like I did not want neither of them celebrating in our arena, the Chiefs or the Niners. Like that was a hard choice for me. Like, who would I rather have? And I think that's a tough one because, like, who would you rather celebrate with? Because think about it, they're going to come back all happy and all this kind of stuff. Either way, it was just a lose-lose. But that would be so sweet if we could do that. Even if it's against them or against whoever, but that would be even better just to whoop them in their own arena, for it all.
Yeah, Frank, I was in the Bay Area a couple of times. I was visited a few times for the past. I know what it's like. I understand. I understand the animosity towards 49er fans and vice versa. I understand. It was a battle of the Bay. Bragging rights, people putting people down, fights and everything. I understand. I know. But yeah. So yeah, I get it. That's right now, we don't have that type of rivalry out here where I'm at. I'm just a rare fan alone in Southern California, where I'm at, anyway, in the desert. But yeah, I get it. I understand. My wife's a 49 fan, but she don't push that on me. Because, I won't take that shit. So, because I tell her, I said, well, if she does talk that badness, I'll say, well, when was the last time you guys won a Super Bowl? You went there 3 times and didn't win none of them. So, what?
95.
Yeah. So, okay. All right. There's that. But like I said, I live a 49er fan. We bought a new house a couple years ago. Got a nice pool and everything. I ain't jeopardizing that.
That part.
So, I bought me a new truck. I like, you know what? Yeah, it's football. I'm not going to jeopardize that. Not in front of her face anyway.
The only reason I watched that one, Raiders USC, is because somebody was going to be heartbroken, and I had to be there for it. I had to see the tears. I had to see it all. I'm sick like that. Now, it was crazy because I was like, I have to see, because somebody at the end of this game, even though we hate them both, somebody is not going to win. So somebody's going to cry. So I had to see it. I had to see every single player that cried. So
I didn't want to see the Chiefs win that game at all. And like I said, I'm not a 49 fan, my wife is, but I didn't want to see the Chiefs win that game at all, and they did. Like, damn it.
Yeah.
Still got bad coaching at the end. But they got their payback. They got their ass whipped this last one. So I'm happy with that. Because I'll tell you one thing. All the Ray people were Philadelphia Eagle fans that day. Everybody were Eagle fans. And then when the game's over, no, okay, I don't root for you guys no more. You know what? Okay, we did AFC. Let's do the NFC right quick. So division winners and all that. So we'll start with the West. Who do you think?
I mean, to be honest, I have to give it to the Niners. It's going to be Niners. And if I had to pick a second team, damn, it would have been the Rams. I would have liked to see what the Rams are going to do. But with the injuries, and they'll probably start slow. So I'm just gonna say the Niners until somebody takes that division over. You see, I didn't even mention the Cardinals or the see. I think the see. It's funny to see what the
Oh, they
Seahawks.
look kind of good the last two games. They beat us. Well, they didn't really beat us down, but they beat the Chiefs down like a drum. Although Chiefs didn't start anybody, but still look good in that running game. Defense looked pretty decent. So they might be coming up, but I don't think we're ready now. But yeah, okay. So you say the 49ers. What about the North?
For the North, and that's crazy because I had picked Green Bay and I had the Lions. I kind of still have the Lions going backwards, but a lot of people are saying this Vikings team is raw. But I'm gonna stick to my guns, man. I'm gonna say Green Bay, and I will say, let me see, because was it Minnesota? Oh yeah, I don't believe in the Bears, so I will probably say Green Bay and the Vikings.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Green Bay. I think they're a little more established at quarterback and running backs because they got our boy. But Minnesota might sneak in and get that wild card. So that's three teams. So you got 49ers, Green Bay, Minnesota. South. There's only one team down there.
Damn,
The South? There's only one team.
you saying not Atlanta, Tampa Bay? Yeah, I definitely. My favorite would be in Tampa Bay.
Because I don't think
Atlanta's a crazy, scary, not scary, but you never know how this could work because it's up to if he could step up, and because he has the running game and he has some pretty good receivers. So I don't know. It's all about how he progresses, but I could see them, because that division is going to be like super close, kind of like it was last year, where I think it was back and forth.
8-9 getting the playoffs, right?
Yeah. Worst division in the NFC.
Seattle, Detroit, and Atlanta.
Mhm.
I'll say Tampa Bay, but Atlanta look like they playing a little better. But they one of them teams that might just sneak in and win a division. Because they do got a quality quarterback. The guy I wish we would have drafted, but we didn't. We couldn't because they got him first.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll say between Atlanta and Tampa Bay in that division. Carolina, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. What's in the division? Carolina, Pennsylvania, New Orleans.
New Orleans, yeah.
Yeah, because that quarterback they got, that Schlock guy, he actually sucks. I'm like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
I wanted to pick him. Like, good thing we didn't dodge that bullet.
Yeah.
Frank Rivers.
Shoot.
So we got Tampa Bay.
Mhm.
Well, I got Tampa Bay. That's 1, 2 from the north, and then one from the south. 4, right? My math's right.
Yeah.
So 7 teams. So
yeah.
I got the Commanders and Philly in the East. So that's 6.
Commanders, Philly, Dallas. Okay.
Giants.
Yeah. I actually have the Giants surprising some people, like with the wild card, to be honest. It's going to be crazy, but I think they will go farther than a lot of people think. And
I don't think they win more games, but I don't think they're going to challenge that. I don't think they're going to challenge for a wild card.
yeah.
I know they got an easier schedule, but I don't think they can challenge for a wild card. Because you got to remember, and then Frank said Detroit. I forgot about Detroit. No, they did lose a lot. They lost their OC and DC. They lost their coordinators.
Yeah,
but it's still the same team, still the same head coach. So yeah, we're about Detroit. So they'll probably sneak in there too.
Yeah, Detroit. I see them because they weren't like. Well, this last year they were pretty good, but I just see them. I don't think they're going to just be able to roll. Just how they have been because they lost both coordinators. You know what I mean? So you're going to take a little,
Take a little hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Logic. Yeah. Did you see that pass that Russell threw the other day? God damn.
Russ is good sometimes. He can lock in sometimes.
That was like a 50, 55-yard throw, man, on the dime while the guy was running. Man, like whoa.
Yeah,
Anyway, so and then they got Jackson Dart on the sideline. So who knows? They
yeah.
might.
Dart looked good too. Definitely.
Yeah, they might. They might make some noise. And then not Dallas. Definitely not Dallas. They got too much turmoil over there right now.
Yeah.
They're not together. So
Yeah.
they're gonna be
Washington, I see taking a dip too. I don't know why, but I feel that sophomore. I can see that sophomore slump hitting.
yeah. Yeah, I can feel that. Because now the whole NFL got game tape on Jaden Daniels. They see how he plays and what he does. So yeah, I can see him taking a dip, but they probably still make it there because they still pretty good on offense. Defense, I don't know what their defense is like going to be, but you know, but I don't think they're going to challenge Philly because Philly just got stronger again in the draft. Although, speaking of that the guy we traded for him is hurt.
Mhm.
The guy we traded to him is hurt.
Mhm.
Corey Bennett.
Already?
Yeah, you didn't hear about it?
Are you talking about the same shoulder?
Yep, the same show that he's up with us.
Oh
Got
wow!
re-injured again.
Oh my God, we win. Good trade.
Mm-hmm.
Trade the soft. Well, I was gonna say trade the soft for the hard.
He's not hurt. He's fine. Oh, he's fine now. Because I know you hurt his shoulder again, but I don't know how the severity is. But yeah.
You think they'll take Sam Webb too if we trade?
No. They'll probably take Samuel on a chopping block. I don't know what's up with that guy. Been on a race forever. He ain't did nothing yet.
Mm-hmm.
He came back. All right, Jim. Thanks for the update. What's
Right.
this guy? Is Itchy being black? Is Itchy being stupid?
Damn.
Goddamn idiots. You came back in the second half? Okay. I didn't watch the game, but yeah. Okay. Well, I'm saying, but he got injured, he got hurt, and then he was out. So still, I'll still say we won that trade because I like Booker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Booker's been popping off the screen.
Mm-hmm. So I think we won that.
Yeah, but the DB room is our worry though. Definitely, if we had to, pick a place, that's kind of. But if, like you said, it always works if our defensive line can get after it. That will definitely take the pressure off them. So hopefully, just if they can start out hot, if the D can start off hot, then just let our guys kind of learn, get comfortable, and then by the midseason we'll be rolling.
Yeah, we like Booker. We finally got some depth in the D tackle room finally because we didn't have none last year.
Mm-hmm.
But
Let's keep plucking from Philly then. You guys are deep, so shit. You guys just off a Super Bowl win. Hey, what else can we get?
yeah, that's why they got that's why they traded because they need help in the cornerback room. So I said, yeah, we can take Bennett. We'll take a D tackle. We need some of those.
We got you guys like what's it called? Georgia guys. We got a bright, shiny Zamir White for you right now. Imagine that. You got what's his name? Barkley and Zeus. Ooh, you talking about best combo in the league? Let's make that trade happen, y'all.
Jason, what are you smoking right now?
My bad. I was just, trying.
Oh, you're trying to hype it up so they can get them there.
I want Philly to be the best that they could be, and I feel like Zamir White is the only player you guys are missing. They'll take you guys over the top.
Yeah, Jen reported that. They have Quinton Mitchell, Cooper DeJean. Development, I guess they are. That's why he wanted that trade. I mean, Jacoby Ben wasn't bad. He pumped it up the second year. He did better, but like I keep saying, that he's not a Pete Carroll typical DB. He plays off man. Pete Carroll's like a man up pressure. So
put your hands on the receiver type.
Yeah. You want that press coverage,
Mhm.
and he usually play off coverage. So we'll see how it works out.
Yeah, Arizona. I don't see them doing it. Chicago, I really don't see them doing it either. Even with the, it's Caleb Williams. He's the wild card. I don't know if he's going to be mature enough yet to, to do what he has to do to win games and then to accept that system.
Hey,
And
salute.
his play, I don't think translate yet because he could wing a lot of this stuff in college and run all the way around and we seen a lot of that, but that doesn't work in the NFL. You got to be precise, you have to be locked in, you have to be consistent. So
Well, they did improve their line in the offseason. They did spend some money on all offensive line, so we'll see how that works out.
yeah.
But it's up, like you said, it's up to Caleb Williams what he does. Sometimes he holds the ball too long and try to make a big play, then get sacked or throw an interception, stuff like that. So, in college he did, because like I said, USC fan here. In college, I run around. I didn't like him really that much in college. He did okay, but couldn't win big games. No. I don't expect Frisco to bounce back as long as Kyle Shanahan.
Let me see.
Everybody said, "How about the Bucks?" Why? I said the Bucks.
Thank you for believing in me.
I don't think they could step backwards this year. We'll see.
I liked you guys' draft for sure. I like who you guys picked up with Amika Ibuka. Him and what's his name? Good Lord. How bad.
All right, P, I'm at. Did you learn your lesson, man? I'm not playing around, dude. Now I like your comment there. I knew Locke Thompson would ball. Them dudes are savages. Rugby players get it done. Yeah, Locke Thompson did pretty good the last 2 games. He still got a lot of things to work on. This is only his second game ever as a football player. So, no, you're not blocked no more. Just be cool, man. Keep it up. I'll do it again. I got the power. I watched the game an hour ago. Our CB's main goal was a watch receiver to catch the ball again. Yeah, they're playing a lot of zone and stuff. They weren't playing their press man covers like Pete Carroll wanted to do. So we gotta wait to see when they get in the real games and what they do. I was kind of disappointed in our DB room. I was happy last week they knew that bad, but last week they didn't want running and passing. Yeah, you had time out for a little while, so be cool, beyond man, because I'll do it again. I did that one guy. I put him on 1 day block because he was being racist and trashy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, we have no room for the racism.
Yeah.
My team is silver and black.
Yeah, I've been black all my life. I don't have time for all that bullshit. Excuse my language.
The silver's coming, but the silver and black never cracks.
King Diamonds 5150. Okay, I like that thing. The Rares aren't going to do much this year, but they're still building. I think they're going to make some noise. I'm not saying they're going to make a nasty Super Bowl run, go 12-5 and win Super Bowl. I'm not saying all that, but it's going to look better than we have in the past few years. That's all I'm saying. We're not going to be that team that everybody's laughing at anymore.
Yeah. No more embarrassing ourselves.
Our last championship, Arturo Gomez was 83-84 season.
Yeah, it was January of 84. I was 4 months.
And my son was like in the belly still. He was born in June.
It's a good year. It's a good year that year. Damn, that's crazy. Because you think about that was the last win. And then the last huh?
Oh, I was saying, yeah, man, is that supposed to be an apology? Dude, just chill, man. God damn it. I'm trying to let you have your thing, but you just keep running your mouth.
He said, I'm your Christopher Rob. He's out playing Christopher Robbins. That's crazy. Piano Man, you're eventually going to come over to this Raider side, man, because the Chargers are on the decline, my friend. I'm
I see
sorry.
you right there, Piano Man. Chris, I ain't racist, man. I love some black women. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's still being racist. I didn't say you're a racist. I said the other guy was being racist.
Yeah, not you, Piano
Not
Man.
you, man. I never said you were a racist. I never seen a racist remark from you. I just see some dumb remarks, but not a racist remark.
Yeah, Jerry
Oh, we got another cowboy hitter. Mike, you still in here? We got another guy.
Chris and Mike just made a friend.
Yeah, we got a new one. I hate the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I'll keep saying that.
Yeah, Chargers did get better, and the running game is going to be vicious.
I don't think so.
I hope not. I definitely hope not.
I don't think so. It's gonna be better than ours.
Oh yeah, it's hard to run without your best tackles too. So,
you love Cowboys hate Jerry Jones. Okay, I'll take it back then.
Oh,
You're still my friend. Make sure you like, subscribe to both our channels, man. That's fine. Jerry Jones needs to pass it over to somebody else if you want that team to be better. Pay the players that deserve to be paid. Stop doing these little whatever he wanted, side deals or whatever he's trying to do. But the Cowboys get better once Jerry Jones is gone.
I'm not trading Micah Parsons. I'm keeping Micah Parsons as
I'm
long
not
as
trading him. I'm not trading him, and I'm not paying him. There you go.
Yeah, I believe in Dak Prescott, and we're gonna win. And Micah Parsons is just gonna have to either sit on the sideline and watch us, or get in the game.
I was a Chargers fan for years until they moved to Los Angeles. Now I'm back. The Bears. Okay.
He said the Bears.
The Bears. Well, one thing me, I don't change teams. I'm in Rare fan since 76, 77. And they moved from Oakland to LA, then back to Oakland, now in Vegas. So I still didn't change teams. Not gonna change teams. Never change my colors.
Yeah,
but I get it. I get you saying. You probably lived in a setting or area and they moved out. They straight abandoned a stadium that they played in to go rent a stadium with the Rams. Well, I get it.
I mean, I salute you for getting away from that sorry ass organization. Hey, shit, if it has to be that, go Bears over the Chargers. I think you made a good choice.
There's a lot of Raider fans that say Bo Jackson's overrated because of stats. Who says that? Shit.
Over who?
Yeah. Read it. It said a lot of Raider fans that Bo Jackson, I don't think it was overrated at all. Shit.
No.
It only played half the season.
Yeah.
But out there said, yeah, we'll take him. He can play half the season. And then when he came in and played with us, he did good. Been Eagles fans since I started watching the 80s. Yeah, remember that game, though, in the 80s when Raiders went there and beat them in the Super Bowl?
I remember.
Yeah, I remember it, too.
I definitely remember.
I remember Kenny King and all them guys. Plunkett.
Yeah.
I mean, head coach Flores. Oh, I remember all that.
I like that. If you guys haven't seen that story too, the one I think it's Matt Millen tells, that's a very, very good story about that 80 Super Bowl. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was. And there's a little fun fact here. Do you know the Raiders in the 3 Super Bowls they won, they were all underdogs against the Vikings. They were big underdogs. Against the Eagles, they were big underdogs. And against the Redskins, they were big underdogs. And won all 3 of them. So, hey.
Yeah. That was the purple people eaters, right? That we beat? For the Vikings? The what they used to call the purple people eaters?
Well, no. What's the reason? What's the purpose of winning a preseason game? It's preseason. They don't have to win it because it doesn't count towards anything. Preseason is meant to see the players that you drafted, players you signed, UDFAs. But it's meant to see them play to see if they're gonna make the team. If they win it, they win it. Some coaches, some teams want to win a preseason. Some don't. Like I said, Pete Carroll's record preseason is horrific. Now he's 11-12-1. That's all he's coaching. So to him, preseason don't matter. He wants to see his players what they can do, what they're capable of before they make that final roster cut. I don't care about preseason because before I really didn't watch preseason games like this. So it doesn't matter. But now I am starting to watch preseason games. So who cares? They can go, oh, you know what? Let me tell you this. There's a few teams I can't remember. I can't remember the teams were when they played 4 preseason games. They go 4-0 preseason. Get in the regular season, they won 5 games. 5 games.
Mhm.
Had to go 4-0 preseason. Yeah, we won preseason. Get in the regular season, they can't win, can't get the playoffs. And there are some teams who went 0-4 and 0-3 in the preseason, come back and make the playoffs. So tell me, how's that important? Preseason is not important. We win or lose. Of course, well, I don't want to see my team lose any games, but when a preseason game is not going to give me jump up down the couch like, hey, we won. Oh, okay, we won, good. But it's just to see what we're lacking, see what we improve in, see what players going to do well for us, and see what players not going to make the team. Run a few plays, set it up, get the tempo together, get the timing right, get the techniques right. So that's what it's all about. It's not about winning and losing, because you look at the final stats at the end of the season, they only count for how many games? 17. But they had a great preseason. So what? Who cares? So winning preseason game and lose preseason game really mean, to me personally, don't matter. You guys want to see who they got, what can they do, what players going to do well, what players are going to be there. So I digress.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But we are one game away. Get the Cardinals out of the way so we can get our hands on these damn Patriots. We're that close to the real deal where it matters.
Mm-hmm.
What 1-0? That's what we want, man. 1-0. There can't be no hiccups. We got to get that victory. How we start is how we finish. So we need to win and then learn and win again.
Oh, Frank Weber, man. Frank Weber keep touching my heart, dude. He knows. Frank Weber knows.
Wait, Purdy got hurt?
Frank Weber knows. Hey, Frank Weber, I ordered a jersey. I shot my jersey in soon this week. I got a Rob Martin jersey. That's my favorite player, the Reds of all time, dude. Love Rob Martin. He knows.
Damn. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's gonna suck for them, but
Who? Purdy?
yeah, I didn't know he got hurt yesterday.
He played yesterday.
Yeah. I was gonna say I know we hit him, but I didn't know he got injured. I didn't know he was but we'll see. I mean that we don't play him this year anyway, so unless we play him in the Super Bowl.
Well, they got the other quarterback, man. That great quarterback. We should never let go of. They got Carter Bradley. So
I didn't like that either. That we got beat by because they just hyped it up. They're like because they said last time we played, he was trying to tie the score to win, and then now he's on the Niners against the Raiders trying to lead them to lead a drive to victory. I'm like, damn, that's so wild. That's crazy.
I said because I was watching a live with Jeff, and then Jordan God came in there. They said Carter Bradley. I said, "What? They got Carter Bradley's in there? Oh, we're gonna lose this game because he's gonna have revenge on his mind."
That's what I thought too. I was thinking like, damn, anybody but him.
He gonna look like an all-star. We got like an all-pro quarterback out there. Because I can't wait to get in there. Goes, I got something to prove.
Yeah. And his dad plays for the Niners, or not? I'm sorry, not plays for, coaches for them too. I didn't know that for the Niners.
Does?
Yeah, Brett. What you call it, Bradley? Whatever. I keep saying Carter now because of his son.
The defensive coordinator, Bradley.
Yeah, I hear he's over there now. So that's that was probably his end over there.
You can keep him over there.
We went to the play. Remember, that was the year we went to the playoffs with him and Gruden.
Who, Carter? Who, Bradley?
Yeah, remember Bradley was the defense that we came in with. That's
that's the year that we can score like almost 30 points a game, but gave up 35 points a game. Yeah, I remember that.
True that.
I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, he was one and done. I just didn't I didn't agree with like us giving, he got us to the playoffs. So I'm like, at least, we did something right. And it was a defense that everybody kind of was gelling with. We had
Yeah, it was.
Cameron or not
Oh
Cameron,
no,
but
that wasn't Bradley. I'll tell you that. That was Gunther, whatever his name was.
no. We fired Gunther because remember that was the year that Gruden was out of there. Because I went to the Niner game where we pretty much got blew out by them, and I met pretty much Gruden and Bradley. Yeah, I was definitely Bradley.
Was Bradley?
Yeah, because Gunther was more
Gunther was
sort of.
horrible.
Yeah, he was trash.
Yeah, I guess Bradley just covered three.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah,
played cover three.
Mhm.
Yeah, he did. That's right. It was Bradley.
Gus Bradley. Damn, I couldn't think of his damn first name.
But I was
Gus.
thinking about the other guy, Gunther. Like, damn, your defense sucked. Why is he still on our team? Why is he still here?
Yeah.
I was
Because
like, terrible.
we had Hayward, we had Hobbs and them. It was their first year, but they were jealous. It felt like they were they were playing good together. We were getting turnovers in. Yeah.
All right. Well, it's coming up It's 2 hours now, so
Yeah, I think we gave them everything we had.
yeah, last special guest to show, but yeah, we talked about it. The good, the bads. They cleaned up some things that needed clean from last week. Tackling got to get better. DBs got to get better. But like I said, they play in a lot of zone when I was watching games. So we'll see. Because this weekend against the Cardinals, I don't think the Stars, they might get in there for a series, maybe not. Just get the timing right. But it's going to be a lot of guys that's on the bubble going to be playing. So I don't expect much out this game coming up. They're going to put the guys out there like, yeah, maybe Cam Miller play more than just 9 minutes a game. Get out there and play some more. AOC probably start.
Yeah.
Give a shot at it. Genty, I think they saw enough this past weekend. They're not going to put him out there. Probably McCormick, Collier, probably Mozart. Hey, come on, dude, get together because he didn't run well this last game. First game he did. This game he didn't run well at all. Thornton will probably be out there. Get him up to speed. I don't think Brock Bowers will play. I don't think Mike Meyer won't play. I think everything they saw what they wanted to see in this last game. Yeah, we drove downfield twice. Got a field goal, then we got a touchdown. So I don't think those guys are going to be in there next week. They saw what he did see.
Conroy. I feel like we got to hang on to Conroy somehow. Like we could use him kind of, how we used Marcel Reese.
Yeah.
That surprise out of the backfield, like where they're covering everybody else, but then the fullback pops out. Because I like what I've seen out of him. I don't know. I think with an accurate quarterback, I think with Gino would have got it to him consistently in those positions. Because I seen what he's seen. It's just he couldn't. What's the name? He dropped one, but I don't know. I just think with a consistent quarterback, we could do some things.
Well, we got a bunch of tight ends, so we got to cut some guys now. Ishmael made a good catch.
I like Ishmael. I like his size.
My boy Ian Thomas didn't show up. I like, dang, he
dropped one too. What?
Yeah, I was gonna say he didn't show up, so I'm kind of disappointed with that. So they got the tight ends. I don't know. I think they're gonna keep 4. What do you think?
I hope so. I hope because the obvious 2, and then probably Thomas. It's probably I don't know. I would keep Conroy. I like Conroy though. Tough kid. Ian Thomas, I like too. I don't know. I guess I would say Ian Thomas and dang, I like the size of Ishmael though. You know what I'm saying? So that's a tough choice because somebody will probably get him off the practice squad if we do. So
yeah, they'll grab him right away.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a tough decision to make because, like I said, most of those guys that's on that bubble is going to play next week. Most of the majority of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Whether they put their stars in for a quick play or maybe they don't risk it, because they saw how the Gentry last week, this past game, and they're like, nah, you're good. You can sit down. You're not going to put you out there. Collier, I'm going to see run more. McCormick, I'm going to see run more. Lobby, I'm going to see what he can do. because he might be either he's not gonna make the running back depth, but he can make it special teams and then kickoff. Because if he knows the kickoff returns now, they use the running backs more than they use the receivers and D backs. Now they're using running backs.
Mm-hmm.
So he can make that. That'd be good for him. Malott, I did not see him in the game at all yesterday. He was out there. I didn't see or hear from him. So I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah,
So,
I think he had a better return. I think it was this. I think he had like one small return or something like that. But he bounced back from pretty much his error of from last week. But if I'm not mistaken, correct me guys if I'm wrong. But I think he did have a nice little return or something, special team something.
Well, we'll see. Can't wait to see the cuts because Saturday's the last game for every team. Then we go on the cuts. Then we get to start the regular season. Then we get to see what's going on. All these haters and everybody else. So,
yeah. See, the Raider way versus the Patriots way is going to be so crazy because I've been watching their camps and stuff like that too, and they've just been on discipline, staying disciplined, and all so that's why I said we have to bring our A game. This is not going to be easy by any means, but it's like we just have to keep just being consistent and doing what we do good and figuring that out before it gets to that. I hope we're just sitting on a whole bunch of plays. And we're just, what I'm saying? Like, because you have to bring it, bro. Like, these guys they're getting their guys ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, no fear, but I'm saying we have to bring it. We can't look slightly at them like,
I like what Sam talking saying. Thorne looks is so skinny, looked like he wasn't wearing pads. Hey, he's not a really big guy, but he's still 215 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, remember Randy Moss was not a big guy neither. Look what he did.
Stuff. Mm-hmm.
Well, phone's ringing. Hold up, man. Ring out.
I think that's all the time.
We got a lot of Raider haters out there, man. Yeah, that's a thing in person, dude.
Yeah. And I mean, we wouldn't be used to anything other. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've never been the favorite, always the underdog. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't have it no other way.
Yeah, me neither. I like being underdog. That way we come beat your ass like, wow, they really are good. Yeah,
Yeah. It hit
different. But like
different.
I said, it feels different. We see things out there. I'm not gonna get on that overexcitement like I was when AP got head coach. I was like, yeah, finally. And it turned to shit. Excuse my language. I don't expect to see that this year at all. I don't see us winning 4 games. One guy said Raiders are going 2-15. Like, yeah,
Never.
I don't think that's going to happen, dude. 2-15. That means they're tanking. Then another person said, yeah, they're going to tank for Manning. For what?
He won't even be out this year. This will be officially his first year. He's not going to one and done it. They're going to have him stick around as long as possible to make sure he goes into a good situation.
This sophomore year, his sophomore in college. And for one thing, we haven't even seen him play really yet. He let Quinn Ewers beat him out, so I ain't suck for Manning. No, because that Manning family dynamics is they'll tell you so he's not going there. Say he comes out, then Cleveland Brown has the first pick in the draft. Oh no, no, they're gonna put that old Eli Manning bullshit. Like, no, you're not going their side. No, not gonna allow it.
Mm-hmm. Well,
we know a lot of games, but there'll be a close ranking. Yeah, exactly. And those games I want to see. Those games that they should win because, sure you mentioned last week we lost 5 games, but 7 less points. So if we can do that again, that's 5.
That's 9 wins right
there. That's 9
wins.
Exactly. That 9 wins almost sniffing the playoffs. So if we can do that, win those games, grinding games, those close games. I'm happy with it. But like I said, 2-15, get out of here.
Yeah, never. I mean, maybe if McDaniels had kept, coaching for us, we probably would have. But Yeah. Yeah. If we wanted CJ Stroud, we should have just kept McDaniels to the end of the year. We would have had him for sure.
No, not CJ Stroud, because that's who what's called wanted.
Yeah. No, I was just saying, like record wise, like if we had kept him, we would have been fine. We would have been.
We actually could have got. We could have got CJ Stroud. What was it? Not Lesko. What was the other guy?
Ziegler.
Ziegler wants CJ Stroud, and McDaniel said, "No, I want the other guy from Bama. My name's escaping me right now. The guy that played for Carolina now. I wanted him, but then the Carolina players took him, traded up to get him. And so we passed on CJ Stroud. We could have no quarterback controversy at all. Well, it's not controversy now, but last year, no, because his pig-headedness, his stubbornness.
I want to see Bryce Young bounce back this year.
Bryce Young, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, they say he's looking better, but I can care less. That's Carolina Panthers. Not a Panther fan.
Go Raiders, baby.
Yeah. Anyway, so been 2 hours, man. I think I'm gonna get going, and we'll start find something there.
Definitely. We will be back Tuesday night. We'll be 3 deep again. You know what I'm saying? Rocking and rolling.
No problem, Frank Webber. Thanks for joining us. And like I said, you guys, if you like what you see, I don't care if you're a Raider fan or not, Cowboy, 49er fan, or any other fan of any other team, that's fine with us, fine with me. As long as you be respectable, none of that racism stuff, none of name calling, and none of the harsh language. That's all I care about. Be respectable. Come on in, subscribe, because we'll talk about your team. We can talk about your team, that's fine. But subscribe, hit the like button, notifications. And don't be like Piano Man. Because he will get kicked, you will go on timeout. And so he's back.
Yeah, and then we have answers for a lot of other teams too. Like we watch football. We have answers for every team except for the Browns. I don't know what you guys are gonna do. I don't know. But for everyone else, there's hope. So be positive.
Yeah. Hit them likes, hit subscribe, and we'll see you Tuesday at 6:30. Or what time are we doing the show? Just 6:30. 6:30 for the Cover 3 show. Hopefully, Shu will be able to join us and give us experience with the Raider game that he went to this past Saturday. Give us some takes on it.
Ooh, we got ammo for y'all Tuesday night, man. We coming locked and loaded.
Yeah. Cover 3 show.
Yeah, we ready. So appreciate y'all. And until the next Sunday.
Salute Raiders Nation.
And we out.
It's the Sunday morning Pillaging show. Chris for Raiders.